Hi, everyone. Sean Gilliam here. Welcome to another episode of my podcast, Real Estate on the Front Range. We're going to be covering the monthly market update for December. So that means we're covering the data, the most recent data we have from November. I'll highlight some of the year over year statistics as well as the most recent data so you can see how the market is trending. And then also, I'm going to highlight an article from Realtor.com that talks about how are the top 10 hottest housing markets for 2025, two of which are in Colorado. And we'll see if that impacts the surrounding areas when we look at next year's data when we get there. And then also, I'm going to look at mortgage interest rates and just give you an idea of what's happening there and what your best opportunities for buying a home on the market right now and where you can get the lower interest rates. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll start here with Boulder County. And this is the year over year data. So this is comparing November's data of this year to that of 2023. And just a few things to highlight here. Obviously, we get into the holidays and generally things slow down a little bit. There's always buyers and sellers out there doing things, but generally people pull back just because it's the holidays. And Merry Christmas, by the way. Uh, Looking here at pending sales, I wanted to highlight that. That's up 22.4% from last year at this time. And what that reflects is that in October, when most of these deals went under contract, that's when interest rates were down in the mid to lower sixes. And so that brought a lot of people on the market, a lot more market activity. And that's what this data is reflecting here. I'll go down to show that closed sales are also up 12.5%. So 207 closed sales compared to 184 last November. Days on market until sale is slowly going up. It's up 6%. So 71 days in Boulder County for a home to go under contract compared to 67 last year at this time. Our median sales price is at $826,000 for a home in Boulder County. That's up 4% compared to last year when it was at $794,500. And the average sales price is about the same. It's up 1.1%. It's at $1,164,475 compared to $1,152,000 and some change. And then the percent of list price received is slightly up 0.6%. So homes on average are selling at 97.8% of their original list price in Boulder County compared to 97.2%. And then our inventory of homes for sale is at 652, and that's up 11.1% from last year at this time when it was at 587. And our month supply of inventory for Boulder County stayed the same. Jumping over here to Larimer County, again, you can see an increased amount of pending sales, and that's all related to those lower interest rates that we saw in October. So more people jumped on the market and took advantage of that. So pending sales is at 341 compared to 224 last year, and that's up 52.2%. So a significant increase in Larimer County of people taking advantage of those lower interest rates. Closed sales is up almost 20%, so 317 this November compared to 265 last year. Days on market until sale has gone up to 76, and that's up 15.2% from last year at this time when it was at 66. And then you can see our average sales price in Larimer County for a home is $700,676, and that's up 8.7% from last year at this time when they were at $644,000. Percent of list price received is exactly the same, 98.4%. And our inventory of homes for sale in Larimer County is up 23.8% at 987. Last year at this time, there were 797 homes on the market. And our month supply of inventory is 2.8, and that's up 21.7% from last year when it was at 2.3. In Weld County, again, a fairly large increase in pending sales, 331 this November compared to last year at this time when it was at 292. That's up 13.4%. Closed sales are up 15.2% at 333 compared to 289 last year. A slight uptick in the days on market until sale at 66. It was 64 last year, so that's up 3.1%. And then our average sales price for a home in Larimer County is $586,000, and that's up 3.7% from last year at this time. And I think between the three counties, you can kind of see there's some stabilization in the value of homes. We see some decrease in some areas, but overall, homes are still selling. At least the more expensive homes are selling, I should say, just because in the market that we're in, the only people that are out there are the people that can actually afford more home. They have more resources. They have a larger down payment. And so paying more money for homes is not a big deal. There's always that element to the market. I think the people that are barely scraping by, I've got a few clients right now that are just saving up money because right now it's just too much for them to afford. And so they're trying to get themselves in a better position. But in any market, there's always those people that have money and are able to purchase more homes. And think of this, Weld County um, used to be the place you would go to uh, purchase more affordable homes. And that still is the case, but relatively speaking, now we're looking at an average sale price of $586,000 in Weld County. I think the national median sale price is just over 400,000. So that gives you an idea that even Weld County is up above the national average. All right, percent of list price received is slightly down at 98.8. That's down 0.3% from last year at this time when it was at 99.1. And the inventory of homes for sale is up almost 20% at 1,147 compared to last year at this time when it was at 959. And our month supply of inventory made a slight uptick to 2.8. That's up 12% from last year at this time when it was at 2.5. All right, here's what I wanted to highlight, that Realtor.com article. And let me scroll up to the title, the top housing markets for 2025. So cities where home sales are set to soar. And I'll just highlight a couple of statements in this article. All the top 10 markets for 2025 are in the South and West, with Colorado Springs, Colorado topping the list. Two Florida cities, including Miami and Orlando, also make an entrance, along with Texas strongholds like El Paso and McAllen. What makes these markets stand out from others is that they've seen sales grow faster and been able to expand on that momentum. And here's an important statement by Danielle Hale. She's the chief economist for Realtor.com. Although affordability is still stretched for many households in these markets, as is the case just about everywhere, aspiring homeowners are able to create opportunities and access homeownership as a result of government-backed loan programs that enable lower down payments. Now, those government-backed loan programs are VA and FHA loans. And I'll show you here in a second that you actually get lower interest rates and it requires less money down. So there are opportunities out there if you're looking to purchase a home. And so take a look at that. I have some good local lenders you can talk to that can help you see how much home you can afford based on some of these loan programs. And because homes are sitting on the market longer, it's easier to get like an FHA loan offer accepted. That used to be more difficult theoretically back in the day during the pandemic when the market was really moving fast, only because their appraisers tend to be a little more persnickety about the condition of the home. Goes on to say these programs are particularly valuable to the younger families with military and international connections that call these top markets home. Again, VA loans and the FHA loans are a great opportunity. So I'm going to go ahead and move over here to where interest rates are at today. Refresh it if they have any new updates. So the 30-year fixed rate is 6.8%. Now, of course, that's going to vary depending on your credit score, your assets, those kinds of things that can make that go lower or higher depending. But over here, you can see that a 30-year FHA loan is 6.16%. And a 30-year VA loan is 6.18%. So good opportunities out there. That's in the low sixes. So if you're thinking about buying a home and didn't know that you could get an interest rate that low, well, you can with some of these government-backed loan programs. So get in touch with me. Like I said, I know some local lenders that can help you get plugged in and see how much home you can afford. And then I just real quickly want to highlight some of the market trends by looking at a chart. I'm going to start with the average sale price. As you can see overall, and this is a 3-year chart, you can see how the trajectory slowly increases over time. And that's generally true when you go back 10, 20, 30 years, you will see that home values tend to go upward over time. That's why real estate is considered the best investment, the best long-term investment. So, and here we are in November, and you can see an increase in the average sales price. Again, I think that's reflective of the fact that we saw more market activity because of the lower interest rates. And most of the buyers that are on the market right now are those that can afford more homes. So that's what those numbers reflect. Percent of original list price received, that's starting to trend downward. And that is an indication that buyers have more negotiating power. And like I said, we've seen more homes do price drops. Every day I keep on top of what's going on in the greater market. And we see a fair amount of price drops every day. and every week. So there's a lot of sellers out there that are motivated and willing to come in or accept an offer that's lower than the original list price. So good opportunity for you if you are a buyer. And then we'll also take a look at days on market until sale. You can see that that's trending upward, and that's pretty typical according to the season. Like here's November, we come back here to October, and then we go back to last year, and you can again see those numbers rise as you get in towards the end of the year and into January. So that's seasonal, that's typical, and we'll see what happens when we get into next year as the market. They're suggesting that the market is going to be a very active market in the spring. So again, partly, if you saw my last month's episode, part of that is related to the fact that we're past an election and the market, the real estate market generally has a significant increase in market activity the following year. And so we'll see if that turns out to be true. But that is the market update. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to get in touch. Be glad to answer any questions you have. If you just have some thoughts about maybe what you might want to do this year, let's go ahead and talk about that and see what the best move is for you. You can reach me here at 970-313-6706. Otherwise, Merry Christmas. I hope you and your families enjoy the holidays, and we'll look forward to talking to you soon. Take care.